Okay. Let me explain. Okay. So I think Netflix offered Warner Brothers like $4 million. $4 million is life changing money for anybody in the middle class. I don't care. $4 million, that's life changing money. If you're making, let's say you're making six figures. Like, what's 4 million? What's 4 million is going to do? 4 million is going to be crazy for you. It's gonna be good for you, right? You're not gonna be like, oh, I'm not gonna take $4 million. Depending what it comes with, right? But you can't be like, oh, I'm not gonna take no $4 million. I'm like, why? Tell me why would you not take $4 million? If it's like some crazy edo shit, or like some crazy stuff like dealing with But why wouldn't you take $4 million? No, it's like, oh, you sell your soul, blah blah blah. Then I understand. Then I understand. Then I understand. If it's like, oh, I'm taking my soul, you're taking my soul, da da da, and I'm like, okay, fine. My soul is not my own; it's God's. Um, that's one. Two, it's like $4 million is a stack of bread. I don't even spend. I won't even spend $4 million. It'll take me a good while to spend that. I like save that. I could save 100,000, save 100,000, and just or find a way to make the money. Or get a class. Go to a class about like, hey, how do I spend this $4 million? How do I invest this in $4 million so I keep making money? Right, invest that shit. Now, studios need to realize $4 million can take you out. It's good money. You need $1 billion. You need $1 billion for what? And then it's like, okay, the reason why I'm upset about this is because Avatar: The Last Airbender is not going to come out. The new series, it's not going to come out. What conservative person, okay, let me conservative, what Trump supporter is going to want to have a disabled person, LGBT person, all in the same, like, why? They're not going to have that. They're not going to have that at all because they don't want any form of diversity or nothing, right? Mind you, Ben 10 is already in production. It's already going in. So, to me, if they did the Netflix route, I would have stayed with Netflix. But now I'm thinking like, but Netflix is gonna be fine. Netflix is a multi-million-dollar company. Multi-million-dollar company. But but you're telling me four M's, $4 million. You go turning that down for $1 billion? For $1 billion to a company that's not gonna have any diverse characters. It's just be straight white characters. Or the black characters will be more muted, more reserved, more all this. Um like, let's be serious. Let's talk about it. Avatar is not gonna come out because it's on a conservative audience. And Viacom is already doing, like, from insiders. Like, I heard this from I forgot the channel's name. I used to watch it back when I was in college, but it's like this YouTube channels. They said they're insiders of Nickelodeon. They're doing terribly. They're doing terribly. The Viacom, all that, is doing terribly right now, and it's just not working out. That's what I've heard from that game's a game. It's weird. I don't know. I forgot their names, but it's just it doesn't make sense to me to go to somewhere where you're a studio. You can be more creative. You can be more creative. Do more things for everybody. Conservatives, Trump supporters, they gonna like it. They gonna want to see it, right? Why are we just going to one server when it's already, that side is already doing bad? They're going into bankruptcy. They're going into bankruptcy or going into like a terrible time. Where is the $4 billion coming from? Where's the $4 billion coming from? From who uses Paramount Plus? Netflix, I know people use that. Disney Plus is losing subscribers. But what are we on? And then you think Who's using these subscribers? Who's using these Paramount Plus? Where is this money coming from? Because Paramount hasn't pulled. I never see Paramount put out anything. Nothing. Nothing on Avatar: The Last Airbender because that's a cult fan base. But you want to believe it or not, it's a cult fan base. Two, you don't. For the last couple of decades, I haven't heard them say do anything. I haven't heard them do anything. Avatar the movie hasn't came out yet. Avatar the movie hasn't. The Avatar Aang, the adult Avatar film. No, it's in production. I think it's like in production. It's about to be done. It's in its final production, but no word on it. No marketing. Come on, what are we on? Because believe it or not, Ben 10 is gonna make Paramount money because everyone loves Ben 10. But everyone loves Ben 10. But it's just like we need more. We don't need every document. We don't need every studio have. We don't need two studios in one studio under one company. It's a Viacom. Viacom owns Paramount, so the Viacom doesn't need to own Warner Brothers. It doesn't. To me, it's like how many studios do you need? It's not like Infinity Stones. It's not like Infinity Stones, and you need to collect them all, right? You don't need to collect all of them. It's not required to do that. He doesn't need to be a monopoly. We already have Disney. That's a monopoly. It has several franchises in and of itself. Why do we need? I don't need that. Well, I don't personally need to as if like let's say if I go back in the past, like for me in the past, I don't need Netflix to have Hulu, Disney. I don't need Disney to have Disney Plus, Hulu, or I don't need that. Right? We need to have separate companies to do different things, specialize in different things. But to me, it's different. You know. But and I also think Avatar came out and it had marketing, red carpet, a TV like a red carpet for the film for Avatar Aang, the adult Aang film. That would be perfect. If they do that, that would be perfect because that Avatar needs that type of hoopla. It needs the hoopla because it is that good. Disagree with me on Korra. You can disagree with me on Korra, but you know that ain't Avatar. Last Airbender did it good. Last Airbender did great. The animated series did great. You can't say that. You can't say otherwise. They need the world, the red carpet, make it more cinematic of that. Do that. Why not? And we have all these conservative, this Trump supporter. He supports this regime. It's not even a friggin' presidency. It's a regime, and it's like this. It's like okay, let's break everything down. Ben 10's coming out. Ben 10 can't talk about like any topics that's sort of liberal, right? Any liberal topics. Why? Because conservatives control the studio. I know what they say, conservatives, a fifth back and forth between liberals and conservatives, liberal and conservatives. It's like that little roller coaster ride that goes like this, seesaw, that'll go up and then goes down. It goes up and then goes down. But it's just, we need to show. I want to watch Ben 10. If I kept my Netflix, I would have been able to watch Ben 10. I would have been able to watch Avatar. That's the only reason why I kept Netflix is because Seven Havens was gonna be on Netflix. That's why I bought it. That's why I got it. I kept it. Now I let it go because it's like that's not coming out any soon. I don't have a really good paying job right now. I'm not. That's a different story. But we need separate studios. And we need a red carpet for Avatar. We need a red carpet for Avatar. You can disagree with your mother if you want to, but we need a red carpet for Avatar: The Last Airbender. We need it. Why not? Like, comment, follow. Deuces.